Good morning, it is Wednesday the 6th of December and what a day we have had within the crypto space. Congratulations to everybody that made profit, but here's your reminder. Nobody went broke taking profits. Remember to take little and often and enjoy some things in the real world. Let's get straight into today's latest crypto news and see exactly what is going on. And let's break up with this story. Now, solid exchange data is showing that the US institutions are actually the ones behind this Bitcoin rally. Now, what does that actually mean? That actually means that the average Bitcoin trade size has actually risen according to US statistics on exchanges. As you can see here on Bitstamp, Coinbase and Kraken, there's a significant increase in the average size of trades. The average size of trades clearly brings more volume, more volatility and the ability for faster price change and action, which is something we have certainly seen when you look at the price of Bitcoin. Now, I want to bring this to one topic, and this has come from Pav. Fantastic guy over on Twitter. I'd like to say he's a friend. The Crypto Man 1 on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. He did this fantastic summary as to why Bitcoin is currently moving. And it's as simple as this. When the supply goes down and the demand goes up, the price goes higher. And it sounds very simple, but this graph shows you exactly why. Now, the supply on exchanges continues to fall. And this is the orange line you can see above my head. Just look at that candle. Look at it going down. And when you see the actual demand going up, as you can see above on the next chart, that then brings price movement, and it absolutely brings it. Sorry, when you're looking at this, just to be very clear, this grey chart here, this is the price of Bitcoin. When the supply and the demand are met, you see sometimes the price will move down. In this instance, as you rightly say here, Crypto Man, the price is being triggered simply because more people want something that is becoming scarcely available on exchanges. When we're saying scarcely available, it's some of the record lows on crypto exchanges right now for the price of Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the price of Bitcoin. Right now, we're currently sat at $43,615. And we broke through yet again. We tested the top of the bottom range. We will say bottom range, the range we were looking at yesterday. And reminder, the bottom of the current range is $42,400. And that brings us into the motherland. In my opinion, this is a huge range, and let's see what happens. The top of the range is $47,100, and it's going to be very interesting if we can challenge it. Reminder, the range we were monitoring was $39,400 all the way up to $42,400. And as you can see, literally since the 3rd of December, we smashed all the way through it. So congratulations to anybody that was monitoring that. You took some great profits. Well, let's carry on with the news. Now, we've broken down Bitcoin a little bit more. We've jumped ahead, but let's get into it a little on. Now, the question is Bitcoin in danger? Now, the European Commission is threatening a ban on mining. Now, we've seen many talks around the environmental impacts of Bitcoin mining, and I think it's fair to say it's not the best thing for the environment. And many exchanges, many different big organizations around the world have stepped away from mining facilities simply because of the price of the electricity going up and the actual results not being so good. But the European Commission is facing criticism from the crypto community because they're looking, and this is a threat to Bitcoin mining right now, of a methodology to try and mitigate the ways in which we affect the environment because of Bitcoin mining. Could this see it being totally banned? I think short term no, but long term probably yes, and that's just my personal opinion. Let's move on to the next story. Now, the Economic Times has come out and said that the US crypto industry lobby spending is on tracks for new records this year. Now, what is lobbying? Lobbying is going out and putting positive campaigns around the way in which you're perceived by the public, politicians, or key opinion leaders. Now, crypto companies spent $18.96 million in the first 3 quarters of this year on lobbying alone, and that's compared to $16.1 million in the same period last year. So an increased spend of around $2.8 million already. We are on track for new records when it comes to lobbying. Now, ask yourself why. Regulation is coming. We're seeing more and more emphasis on doing the right thing and making sure that people know you're doing the right thing. So they're putting an absolute emphasis on being perceived to be doing great things in the US, which is very interesting. Now, this also brings me onto the Binance Settlement. They settled for $4.3 billion. And it is believed, and a US official has actually come out and said that this marks a crucial shift in regulatory crackdowns. This clearly was one of the SEC's first major wins, in my opinion. They enforced these rules on Binance, on CZ. They admitted it. They're going to pay a fine, and CZ is now being put through the criminal justice system, I guess. He's got the realistic chance of going to jail in February. You know, this is a mammoth point where we're probably all going to sit back and remember this day. I think that this paves the way for the ETF approval. It gives the SEC probably the respect they have been ever so craving with all of the different court cases they have failed in so far. And I do actually think that this is a crucial step forward for the space. The next story comes from the FBI. Now, the FBI has actually saved Showtime CEO from Telegram scammers. Now, Alexandre Mazimem, hopefully I've said that right, who is the CEO of Showtime, it's a little bit different. According to him, FBI agents strongly advised him to turn his Wi-Fi off, rotate his wallets, and change all of his passwords. He believes that he was the target of cyber criminals who got malware running on his computer, and the FBI let him know he should disconnect from the internet. He's tweeted this, he's gone out there and done it. How much of this do I fully believe? I've got to say, I don't believe it too much. But the serious point around this story is that don't go clicking links from third parties. Always check who's got access to your wallets. If you're using MetaMask, you can see who you've approved. You can revoke that access as well. Don't be this guy. And I think if this is a true story, seems a bit far-fetched, but it's a nice ending to that story, I guess, because he didn't get scammed. Now, Japan has weighed in on ending tax on some corporate crypto holdings. This is exceptional bullish news. When we're seeing corporations coming in and holding any form of crypto assets, we're seeing significant amount of money flowing in and out. And the move aims to stem the amount of startups choosing Singapore, Dubai, etc. over Tokyo. So more companies could be seen to move to Japan because, frankly, we've seen an influx of companies coming to the United Arab Emirates and, of course, Dubai and heading to Singapore because they can benefit from this tax relief. So this is a positive move. I think there's a lot of Asian organizations that will definitely be raising an eye to that and seeing what is going on. Now, the final story that I do want to touch on is from Springfield, and we're not talking about The Simpsons here. There was one man in Springfield that was busted for money laundering. Basically, he was ciphering off money through crypto, which we all know is wrong. A 39-year-old man, from Springfield faces numerous charges after investigators discovered a scheme to launder profits from his illicit drug trafficking operation into cryptocurrency. A reminder, the crypto space is not a place for criminals to come and play around with money. And we probably need to get rid of these bad guys as soon as possible for a brighter future in the crypto space. On that note, let's have a quick look at what is going on with Ethereum. As you can see, we tested quite high. We didn't get that test right on the top of the range, and we seem to have broken down in the last 8 hours. Where the next 4 and 8 hour candles go are going to be very interesting. We're breaking down into the middle of the range. Reminder, the bottom of the range is currently at $2,177, and the top of the range is at $2,341. Right now, the price, $2,268. Interesting point of view for Ethereum. I think that it's going to be a very interesting few days, and I'm excited. I can't wait to get my buy and sell orders in. Now, the Fear and Greed Index is currently at 82, which is the highest it has been. Welcome to the 80s, everybody, and we are in an extreme greed, not just greed, extreme greed, so congratulations. And the global cryptocurrency market cap saw an increase of 3.52%, and it's currently sat at $1.6 trillion. But what does that mean for actually the percentages in the last 24 hours? Now, Bitcoin is up 4.22%, Ethereum is up 1.58%, but BNB is down almost 1%, XRP is down almost 0.5%, Solana, well done, you're up 4.49%, Cardano is up 4%, and Dogecoin is up almost 10%. On the crypto bubbles, we are seeing a very mixed bag, you've got to say, and it's surprising to say there are some significant losers in there, so go and look for some great opportunities, and I'm going to end up on this story. So, we're all getting a little bit carried away and we're all falling in love with the charts, but the Michigan Daily have come out and said, yes, crypto is still a scam. Do I agree? I think the majority of crypto is a scam. You need to stay careful. You need to stay away from the bad actors and don't invest in projects with zero utility that are basically going to zero. I've been Crypto Jamie. If you've enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit that like button, drop me a comment, and please do subscribe. And most importantly, let's go.